Hello everyone, my name is Matt Carfalo, and for my first presentation I will be discussing John Deere and his great invention, the steel plow. John Deere was born in Rutland, Vermont on February 7, 1804. His father, William Deere, was a tailor, and in 1808 he boarded a boat back to England in hopes of claiming an inheritance. His father was never heard from again and is presumed to have died at sea. John Deere was raised by his mother, and due to their lack of income, it is presumed that his education was limited to the common schools in Vermont. By the age of 17, John Deere apprenticed himself and learned the trade of blacksmithing. In 1836, Deere had a young family to care for, and business was on the decline. So Deere moved to Grand Detour, Illinois by himself to make a start. This fresh start would be the beginning of an empire. John Deere arrived in Grand Detour and immediately found a job as a blacksmith. While working, he noticed the pioneer farmers struggling to turn heavy, sticky prairie soil with cast iron plows. Deere immediately was convinced that a highly polished steel plow with the right shape could clean itself off as it plows the fields. John Deere took a broken sawmill blade and created his first steel plow. The plow worked exactly as Deere designed, and by 1841 he was producing 100 plows annually. This was just the beginning. Production increased slowly at first, but Deere kept busy, and in 1848, Deere moved his operation to Moline, Illinois. He constantly tested his products and changed his designs based on suggestions from customers. His research paid off, and by 1849, his business was booming. He produced 2,000 plows that year. Deere continued to expand his operation, and he was soon producing several different plows. In 1857, an 1857 advertisement mentions 9 models. Most were similar in design, but different in size or material. It was not until 1875 when John Deere changed the design significantly. In 1875, Deere introduced the Gilpin Silky Plow. This was the company's first riding plow. This was not the first riding plow created, but Deere's plow soon became one of the most popular. In the mid-1880s, Deere created a 3-wheel plow. There were many different versions of this plow, and the biggest one needed to be operated by a steam engine. Not only was John Deere successful in business, he was also successful in politics. During the building of his business, Deere transferred leadership of the company to his son Charles, who served as its vice president. John Deere retained the title of president of the company, but now turned his attention to civic and political activities. John Deere was active in public life throughout his career in Moline. Among other roles, he was a founder and president of the National Bank of Moline, was an active member of the First Congregational Church, and served as the city's mayor for 2 years. On May 17, 1886, John Deere died at his home in Moline. John Deere's innovations, like the steel plow, had a big impact on agriculture in America. His success still lives on today, as John Deere is still a leading agricultural company. Thank you for listening to my presentation.